Hello Virgo, welcome to Inner Divine Truth and welcome to your reading for May 2021. This month I'm a little bit delayed in doing some of the readings. The majority of them I had done back in April, and I really apologize for the delay in doing your reading. Thank you for being here, and let's get started with your catalyst this month, which is Archangel Uriel. Now, wow, she is helping open your crown chakra. Tapping into divine knowledge, tapping into your inner wisdom to deal with your situation. So in May you will find yourself receiving lots of downloads of information, your intuition being heightened, and there is a deep sense of reliance on the knowledge that you hold. And I feel some of you might even be taken by surprise by what you might inherently know, or when you're taking an action and you might find yourself believing that this is the right action to take because this will be the consequence. And you might even question, like, well, how do I know this is going to happen? But then there is that innate knowing. That's what I'm talking about. This tapping into old soul knowledge that will help you see very clearly in your situation and what actions you need to take. So the challenge is presenting itself as the action card. It's reversed, but what I'm sensing here is that Virgo is mulling over the decision, the action. What do I need to do next? And you're really thinking hard about it, pondering over it, and you're waiting. So let's see what the tarot has to say. What I'm seeing here, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So Virgo is pondering over an action because there is that period of recovery from this. Ten of Swords is a situation that has ended, although it's been very painful. It's a transition. It's been difficult. There's been a lot of backstabbing. A lot of harsh words were being spoken, conflict, drama, but a lot of pain in the experience. It wasn't a few days or a few weeks of conflict. It could have been years and years of living in strife and even being in conflict with oneself, not just the world around you, but being on a path that is not aligned with your higher purpose, your higher self. And in that journey, the soul has been injured because it's not living its purpose, what it came here to do. So there is some pain and suffering attached to this Ten of Swords. It's in reverse, and I think that's where this contemplation is happening for Virgo as you try to, because I'm seeing her as in a very contemplative mode, tapping into the knowledge, having that divine guidance, this inheritance of knowledge, and hence why your crown is wide open. And that action, that passionate action is coming. Now, it could be you from this place of recovery coming to a place of this Knight of Wands where he is so full of vigor, youth, passion, and determination. So I believe you're being brought into a space where you would have fully recovered emotionally, spiritually, even physically, finding your strength to march ahead after this period of contemplation. Maybe it's the whole month that you are really waiting for that divine guidance to come in. And this is either you going forward with your decision, taking action. It could also indicate that there is a fear associated from this situation holding you back to move forward with this Knight of Wands energy. I know what I want. I love what I'm doing. I know this is my true soul path and I am in the right here and I'll go and do it. And that's the very empowered decision making behind this Knight's action. So it could be you, it could be somebody else coming in with this fresh burst of energy and sort of helping you in your recovery, helping you heal, It could just be very charismatic person coming in, but often I like to see any of the code cards represented in my readings as the person for who I'm reading. So I sense this is you, Virgo. But take how it resonates. So there is this process of recovery happening with you at this point. Where you're at is the world reversed. Well, of course, we have this 10 of Swords reversed. You are at the end of this period of the 10 of Swords upright, the pain, the suffering, just that healing is happening in this time. And you're also being asked to be a bit courageous with this 9 of Wands. Be courageous in actively pursuing your healing and actively ending this cycle. A new portal is opening for you, Virgo, and you are being encouraged to step through it, to not fear what's on the other side, because you have this baggage from this 10 of Swords, this baggage coming up. And bravery, courage is needed to step through, to really own this process of healing, the chaos that comes with it, the grief that is being surfaced up at this point for you. It needs courage. It needs you to look at your pain, your heart center, and face what is coming up, what is surfacing, and owning it, and allowing that cycle, that karmic cycle, to complete. Because when it's reversed, we are not allowing that completion to take place, which is divinely guided. The divine spirit, it's coming in to help you complete the cycle, but you're holding back because of that baggage, because of the fear, because of the pain. Now, what is coming towards you? We have the Strength card reversed, the Queen of Swords jumped out, and the 3 of Pentacles. This is telling me that you're building your strength again. And how are you building your strength? Through you tapping into the Queen of Swords energy, which is mental clarity, having a perfect balance of heart, mind, soul, giving directions, taking actions, being in a leadership role, directing your own life based on your own will. And through that, mental clarity is here. If that's what you've been seeking, clarity on a situation, it's here with Archangel Uriel, the crown chakra opening, and the Queen of Swords presenting here. This energy is coming towards you, Virgo, where suddenly you will know exactly what you need to do, how you need to do it, and which way you need to go. So the Queen of Swords is, and when you're in that space, it is building back that strength that you have lost in the past because of this 10 of Swords situation. And that's why you're coming into a more youthful energy with the Knight of Wands in a more energized space to take action. And here you are building that strength back. These are the building blocks. It's a foundation that you're laying to start that new cycle again. And it's all being directed from a place of mental clarity, vision, and as well as courage. Because the Queen of Swords speaks the truth of her heart. She doesn't mince her words. She can come across as being a bit cold, but it is what it is. And so she says and she gives direction based on what the sword is also tapping into the higher divine knowledge. So having that open crown chakra, knowing, sitting in the seat of knowledge and taking action, which is co-creating with the universe. The universe, your guides, your spiritual team wants you to succeed. They want you to do better, be better. How can you tap into your highest purpose when you're stuck in this cycle of pain and grief and sorrow? This is where they are ending this cycle, encouraging you to step into a more powerful, more dynamic, passionate space, which will shift you into completing this cycle and put you in the space of this Queen of Swords will also bring a lot of clarity on your past situation and how you can move forward, build a new future. All right, let's look at our clarification cards. Why is the Knight of Wands here? What's this Knight of Wands bringing us? Let's clarify that. The Knight of Wands is just helping us recover. Okay, so here we have the Five of Wands reversed, the Eight of Swords reversed, fantastic, and Five of Pentacles. It's recovery from a self-imposed prison. It's recovery from fears, releasing those fears. Again, I'm saying bringing courage. Five of Wands is again this lot of conflict, drama happening. Does not need to be external. It could be all playing in your mind, being torn into multiple directions, being bogged down with that fog, trapped, held back by our own thoughts, our own negative thinking. And you see how that dejection comes in, feeling lonely, alone, not seeing the light that's around the corner. All that the Knight of Wands is helping you move forward this month. Beautiful energy coming in for you. Let's clarify this World card. It's too many cards, but the Queen of Swords had popped out, so I'm just too many cards popping out. Wow. Again. Okay. Let's keep this. Hierophant and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. We have this World card reversed because there's something that you've given up on. A project that you're working on. This Eight of Pentacles shows this woman working so diligently, passionately. She's hardworking, so focused on her work. And when this is reversed, this is giving up on that dream, giving up on that project, not having the energy perhaps to work, to see something through to completion. And that's where this world is reversed. There is something in your life, an aspect, a project, work, job, whatever you can, however it's presenting, you have given up on it, either because you're losing your emotional strength or spiritual strength, or just physically not feeling well. And here you are. Again, we are tapping into the divine, Virgo. Look at that elevation of energy coming in, the higher source stepping in, the crown opening, divine wisdom coming in, but not just wisdom from the divine, it's your own learnings. The Hierophant encourages us to tap into our inner wisdom, our faith, what we believe in, what our ideologies are. We need not follow what the big, let's say, the organizations, the structures, what they show us, what they tell us, but this is us finding our own spiritual enlightenment, our own path. So this is again calling into your passion, your creative side, which is how we now channel, how we co-create with the divine, channeling the energies, the messages of the divine, and putting that into motion in this earthly world. The Hierophant is also the card for Taurus, the month of May. So here we are in the Taurus season, where you're being asked to rely on your spiritual strength, your own gifts, your own, the knowledge, the deep knowledge. And it's also being, look how he's seated, so connected with the earth. That perfect channel that you are with the spirit and with the earth. You see, the energy is traveling so well through his entire being. And so we have here Archangel Uriel, and that's where that divine action is coming in to help you complete your work, your project, wherever you've been stuck, stagnant. It's going to start moving forward now, because something is going to shift for you in the month of May. Wow. It's amazing. Beautiful reading so far. Let's look at the Strength reverse, Queen of Swords, and our Three of Pentacles. 2 cards popped out. Death and Rebirth. There we go. Death and Rebirth, and the King of Cups reverse. That is where the Queen of Swords is coming in to help you. Help you clarify, help you seek clarity, cleanse even. The water element is talking about cleansing of the heart space, to wash out all the grief and the suffering, the fears that have been holding you back. I'm almost sensing like a shivering heart in some of you, like it's just shaking. It's so emotional, it's so heavy, it's so burdened, overwhelmed. That's what you're healing from. That's where the death and the rebirth is happening. That's where the transformation is happening. This is significant of Scorpio. The death and rebirth card is Scorpio energy, so that you're in this process of healing. Could have started last October, Scorpio season, or this could also indicate that this process might come to a full conclusion sometime October, November of this year. So the timeline is all dependent on you, because when it comes to this death and rebirth card, when it comes to healing of the heart, World card is a heavy energy, reverse. This is not a cycle of 1 year or 2 years. This could be years in the making. And we are building ourselves. It's almost like, think of it as a transition from being a child to an adult to somebody who is now a senior citizen. We don't stay the same through our lives, and there's so many learnings that happens over the decades, and we are constantly in a process of transformation. Where you're at right now, Virgo, you're being asked to shed that emotional baggage, to find your strength again, to find your passion again, to find that wand again, and just move on with your divine calling, your creative visions. Follow that. Follow your calling. There's nothing to fear here. That is with what you're being directed to. That is what you're being pushed towards. Now, finally, we have the angel messages for you for the month of May. If you believe, so there it is. Wow. I'm being directed to the action card. This energy of healing, as I said, is here. You're receiving divine information with this Archangel Uriel card, the crown chakra being open. Yes, contemplate on the decision, the actions you need to make this month, which way you need to go. Things will open up, things will improve. Healing is taking place. If you believe that you are the master of your own healing, that you are being guided, you are protected, you are in a safe space to recover from this reversed King of Cups energy, which is just not a good heart space to be in, because you're going through this very heavy death and rebirth cycle. And this is, you're being guided, being protected, guided, almost like you're being held here. I see you in the star here. You're being held, energetically held. Helpful people around you, so you're being supported. So it could just be, community around you that is supporting you, but it could also be your spiritual team of guides. Like I said, you're being held. That energy of being protected and held is very strongly present around you. One more card. They want to give you 3 cards, so let's take them. Wait, yes. So that's what I was saying, this contemplation, mulling over a decision, waiting is needed, because the challenge in tarot is presenting as the King of Swords, which can be a very impatient energy as well. Just want to go ahead and say what I want to say and just take that action. But we've been asked to sort of contemplate a bit more, think about it, trust the messages coming in with that 7th chakra. I got stopped in my tracks because I saw romance. And I'm not surprised, because King of Wands can be a very romantic, very passionate person. Like I said, somebody could be coming towards you, so this could be in a very romantic situation. But just be aware that the King of Wands energy is the Knight of Wands. Why am I saying the King of Wands? Could be a King of Wands as well then. just an older man. Knight of Wands, you know, I mean, traditionally they teach you that the knights can be people in the 30s, a younger person, 20s and 30s, and the kings and queens are like people in the 40s and 50s and even 60s. So here you go. So I said King of Wands. I mean, doesn't have to be male energy, but it's that mature energy coming in. But Knight of Wands, you know, they don't technically stay around. They are in and out of a situation fairly quickly. So see how that resonates with you, but very passionate, very loving, very generous as well. Very generous energy and just very loving. So there's that romance coming in. And wow, then we have Don't Stop. Yeah. So it's that thing that I'm talking about with the action card in reverse, you know, mulling over what action you need to take. And then when you have clarity, forging ahead, stepping into the Knight of Wands, and then just being determined and taking action. And that's when you're being told to not stop, because the cycle has turned. The moment you decide the decision, the moment you have the clarity on the path you need to take, that's when the wheel will turn. That's when the world cycle will complete. You will step onto the other side of the portal here, and that's when you don't stop. You keep going. You're on the right path. Take care, Virgo. I'll see you all next month. Much love. Bye.